there is no shortcut. Because if we are not strict, if we don't stop all these people who are having rampant sickness, because somebody was briefing me yesterday how the whole started in Italy. This Italy, which has been, you cannot believe that it started with one fellow who was not even an Italian. He was a German who was working for Unilever. Unilever, I don't know, whatever, is it British or whatever, American? Huh? Dutch. This fellow was a German working for Unilever in China. I think the other city of the virus, Wuhan or something. So this fellow came to Germany, but also continued to Milan, to Italy, and just planted the virus. I don't know whether he died or survived. That's how it started, from one person. And that's how it spread, because people were. One of the things that I don't like is sickness. The reason I don't like sickness is because I have no budget for sickness. I don't have budget to lie in the bed and put my legs up that I am sick. I have been with you here all these years. Have you ever heard that Museveni is in the bed with the legs up? When do I work? Because I have no time to lose. So that's why I don't like sickness, because I want to be working all the time. And I know what sickness can do. So you people, whenever there are these diseases, when AIDS came, we analyzed the address of AIDS. And the address was well known. We found out where it was found. And we told you, please avoid this address. And there was some other few places where it was coming. And we defeated AIDS by behavior. Then Ebola has been to Congo, I don't know how many times. It did not even come into Uganda. Just over the border, people are dying, but because we sensitized the people, it has now eventually, I was meeting a Congolese delegation now. They told me that AIDS now is no longer there. What do you call it? Ebola. All these diseases like Marburg. So even this one, if we are really alert, like the other day we were having a conference with somewhere in Munyonyo, and they put air conditioning. Air conditioning is the best spreader of diseases. I refused to go there. I said I will only come when you sit in the compound. I will not come to you. I refused. Because air conditioning, it means you get germs from this one, you put them in the other one. Especially here, we don't need air conditioning. What is it for? I don't know the experts here, but if it is open like this, and somebody is not really sneezing, and we have said, I must congratulate the Prime Minister, because we said if you are coughing and sneezing, stay at home, please. Confine yourself, and the Prime Minister has confined himself. We had, these Africans had a lot of behaviors which could spread disease, because I think in the past the diseases were not so many, so they used to do a lot of things which could spread disease, like okunywerana in the local language is to share the cup. They could share the straw when they were drinking beer, traditionally. In fact, traditionally, if you refuse to share a straw with me, it's an offense. It means you think I'm not equal to you. That's why you don't want to share the straw with me, the drinking straw. But the religious people, like my mother, the born again, when they came, they rejected this. This is of Kafiri. This is of Kafiri. This is heathen behavior. Sharing the cup, we are going to spread disease. No more sharing. Sharing is of Kafiri. And that's how they improved health. Drinking milk without boiling it. You have to boil the milk, boil the water. And that's how the born again improve. So for this virus, you the tourism people, I think really we are very sorry about all of this. We know you will suffer, but we cannot help it. We cannot help. We cannot say you people keep coming. Let the money be lost, but the lives be saved. But you have had Minister Wekesa has said, okay, now you put in some rescue measures. Like for instance, why do you continue to ask me for tax when you know I'm not working? So sit down with them and see what measures we can take to not compensate them, but to ameliorate their situation.
I think we've had a very good discussion with the President, and the President has given a directive that tourism meets with the Minister of Finance and find a way of saving the tourism industry. Why? You're seeing what is happening to countries like the UK. The UK reduced their interest rates from 0.75% to 0.25%. If you look at Italy has actually said no payment of mortgages for as long as the virus is still continuing. Now for Uganda, of course, the tour operators are actually laying off our employees. We're seeing that lodges, I know for sure yesterday, 3 lodges put off 70% of their staff. That means these kids are going to be very desperate in the village. And I can tell you that millions of people are going to lose opportunities, because tourism is not just about lodges and so on and so forth. What this means is that the airport will not be getting the $50, they will not be getting the landing fee, the petrol station will not be getting the fuel that they were being bought for tourism, the restaurants won't be getting the food that they were eating, the hotels will miss the rooms. So there's a lot of backlash for the tourists, for the whole country, because agriculture is going to be affected, manufacturing is going to be affected, entertainment is going to be affected, everything is going to be affected, because a lot of people don't understand that tourists spend more. A Ugandan would hardly go and spend 100,000 shillings for a meal, but the foreigner spending $30 on a meal is easier. So a foreigner pays more for food, and that's what the general farmer needs. If we get 1 million tourists, that each of them spends $30,000 on food every day, you can see how much money can be earned by agriculture. So it is our interest, it's everybody's business that we rescue the tourism industry at this particular time. But I can also say that because of the previous marketing, there's been a lot of growth, there's a lot of demand, even if the numbers are still low. But you know, even if you have one person and you get 2, you'll be happy because you've had 100% growth. And I think that's what we were going to experience this year. But this has come in, we must deal with it. Taxes is just one part, but we need to have a rescue plan for the tourism industry as a general. So we need to spend about between $5 and $10 million. Kenya just announced this morning $5 million now for marketing the country as they're going through this challenge. So Uganda should also follow suit. We do, because marketing is key. We have to tell the people what we're doing. But also, we're also encouraging government to have proper communication such that it does not kill the future. Uganda Wildlife Authority has agreed to reschedule gorilla permits for another, if you booked gorilla permits for this month, you can be able to rebook your gorilla permits for next year about the same time. So even us as lodge owners, I own accommodation. So what we have done, we've told our tourists, if you are not coming this month, we can actually take back, you can give you the same booking whenever we have space between now and March next year. Yeah. Thank you.